Today, innovation interacts with our lives every day. Innovation is so common that at one point everything we wear, see, taste, and touch was innovative at one point. However, there is one innovation that is yet to be established. This innovation is a food court system. The food court will be established on Penn State Brandywine's campus and will be available to all students and faculty. The proposal is to remove the current lion's den and lion pit and turn it into an environmentally friendly establishment. Everything from tables to utensils will be made from biodegradable and recyclable materials to help promote a Penn State Brandywine Go Green campaign. Also, instead of private organizations being established to provide food service, there will be nationally known food service corporations to distribute the food. At the same time, the food court will provide a food service that meets the preferences of vegetarians and vegans. It will provide items such as a salad bar to help meet the qualifications of healthy eaters. The food court system will also provide advantages for business students. Students with a business major will be given the opportunity to co-manage the organizations within the food court and receive credits towards their internship qualification and management credits. This will help to give students management experience and the idea of how to run a business before they enter the real world. Lastly, the food court will help to increase the social interaction on campus. Instead of students leaving campus to eat, they will use the food court and social interaction will increase. How will this innovation impact the faculty, staff, and students?
The food court is an interesting idea because what it will do is give us more ability to have better choices for not only our students but also faculty and staff. And quite frankly, we do patronize that area, but look to find, especially with the business faculty, we pretty much go for the coffee. We don't go too much for the other food, mainly because of the healthfulness or lack of healthfulness of some of that food. I, on the other hand, however, sometimes imbibe in that particular area. As far as the campus itself, it would benefit from the fact, once again, it keeps people here. We don't have to grab our cars and go traveling down the roads, things of this nature, so there is some benefit to that. Also, the fact that it makes it much more convenient for us to eat here than it is to, again, go traveling somewhere else to pick up food.
Also, how lenient will the corporations be in providing the food preferences of the faculty and students on Penn State Brandywine's campus?
As far as the food vendors themselves are concerned, I think what you're going to find is they're going to bring their normal menu, whatever that happens to be, in to the campus. And I know that they will adapt to a certain degree depending upon what the population really wants. So from a healthfulness perspective, I'm sure that they can probably, that is even a major chains like a Burger King, etc., would bring in some salads, things of this nature. I think that if you bring in more variety, then you have more of a chance of the students sticking around and eating here on campus.
And what will be expected from the campus and these organizations to keep this food court environmentally friendly?
Well, obviously, the green movement is very popular today, and quite frankly, we need to look at the assessment from two different sides. Number one, we know that most of these fast food restaurants, in particular, they usually use disposable dinnerware, if you will, be that the plastic spoons, forks, knives, also the plates, things of this nature. We need to compare that to what would happen if we used reusable items. That is, where you actually have to go and start washing dishes, things of this nature. And the bottom line here is the fact that I think what you'll find is that the reusing dishes is probably not the better way to go from an environmental perspective. And I know that most of these fast food restaurants have started to tend to get away from the styrofoam or polystyrene type containers. They're going more to the, I'm just wrapping it up in some paper, which is very easy to recycle. Putting it in some cardboard boxes perhaps, again, which is very easy to recycle. And I think that's what you're going to find. Most people will tend to look at that, and most of these restaurants will do the same thing. It all comes down to the bottom line of how much does it cost for us to do that, and is it really worth our while to do it? I think that most of the fact that most people are becoming very environmentally aware, I think they would follow that same trend, and they are doing that pretty much nationally, so there's no reason why they would not do it here on this campus too.
Lastly, what knowledge are business students expected to receive from these internships?
The student is expected to come away understanding how does this business work, and so there's lots of aspects to it that you have to be able to see from the managerial point of view.
This innovation is directed towards keeping the Penn State Brandywine campus healthy and interactive. With this specific food court system, we are looking to increase the health of the campus, faculty, and students environmentally and physically. Also, with enrollment at the campus increasing by the year, we will need to provide more space for students to interact. The best way to achieve that goal is to increase the space and options in the Commons building on Penn State Brandywine's campus. From a business perspective, with more options comes more people. We also believe that if students are given the opportunity to experience a management-level position, they will not be overwhelmed when they go to apply for their first job in that specific field of work. Lastly, some type of food court system needs to be established because of the proposed idea of dorms being built on the campus. If dorms are established, enrollment will increase and more space and food options will need to be provided for the students. All in all, the idea of this innovation will help to benefit the campus and everyone who attends this facility on a day-to-day basis.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that we need to start looking at the glass in perspective, full instead of half full, as what we are now on this campus.
Absolutely. I think if you have more choices, I think you'll find the students will stay, especially around Common Hour. Therefore, they'll be interacting with each other, hopefully. And the end result is that I think they'll have a stronger student body as far as cohesion is concerned. I think the fact that these national chains, perhaps, they could actually come to this campus, and that would also benefit us because at some point, perhaps they could even use us in their so-called ads and say, look, we're at Penn State Brandywine, isn't this really cool? And look at all the students that come and actually eat our food.